Good morning, everybody. It's 10 a.m. Friday, and I sometimes have to check to make sure I know what day it is, because things are where they are. So don't always know what day it is. Certainly don't know what date it is. The only way I can keep track of my dates is like the Amazon notifications. Your package is expected May 16th. All right, so what day is May 16th? Oh, that's tomorrow. Great. Um, but thanks for joining me. It's Friday. And today we're going to talk a little bit more about balance and burnout. I think it's something that a lot of people are going through right now. So we're going to talk about balance and burnout later on here as people hop on. But I just wanted to say hello, see how you're doing. I know this morning was really nice for me. I walked outside at it was 65 degrees in the morning, and sat outside, had a coffee, and it was nice. I've been looking forward to that for quite a long time, quite a long time. So it was a nice morning. Looking forward to a pretty nice day today. The windows are open, got a nice breeze going through the house. I'm going to try to do a little bit of stuff around the house and hopefully get things done inside so I can start working on some things outside. I need to get some motion going and moving around outside and get some fresh air. So looking forward to doing that this weekend. And I didn't get a decent grocery shop in this week, so I'm going to try to avoid doing it this weekend and maybe do it Monday if there's nobody out. I don't know if you ever do this, but I go on Google and I Google the place that I want to go, whether it's like the butcher shop or the grocery store, and you can see how busy it is based on like cell phone data from the people that are in that location. So I always check that before I go anywhere, and then I can decide if I actually want to go or not. I had to quit doing that for the gym last year because if I noticed that it was just a little bit crowded, it would dissuade me from going to the gym. So I had to stop doing it for the gym. But I'm certainly doing it now when going to the grocery store because I don't want to wait in line anywhere. I'm just not a wait in line kind of guy. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing next week. But this weekend, I'm looking forward to it. Should have some nice weather. It's going to be up into the 80s. I'm pretty excited for that. Good morning, Angel. Good morning, Debbie. Fabulous Friday. Yes, and a wonderful weekend. Not that it really matters. I mean, like weekend. It's almost a weekend every day. Hold on, let me fix this because I got something in the corner there. Yeah, so it's like I feel like it's like the way work is creeping into daily life, and the way daily life is creeping into work. The only thing different about my weekends is that the kids don't have school, so that helps, but it's still not perfect. But we're going to talk about that today, how things are creeping together and how it causes burnout and how we need to get back to balance. Brenda, good morning. Carrie, good morning. Thanks for joining me. Here I got our. So we already showed this one, right? We already showed this meme. Like, what day is it? Yeah, right. But 2020 every second. But wait, there's more. I mean, literally, there's like, there's murder hornets. There's economy crashing. There's viruses. There's going to be. I'm telling you, aliens are coming. Aliens are coming this year. And you see the Navy posted the videos of the UFOs, right? So I think they're just warming us up. If a big ship like on Independence Day with Will Smith like just appears over Washington D.C., it would not shock me. It wouldn't shock me at all. What else could possibly happen? I have no clue. But it's just like that way, right? It's just where we are. So yeah. So how's your week going? This was my first week. This was my first full week with Define My Day after taking my two crazy burnout weeks to focus like hard driving, right? So it's taking me a little bit of time to get back into the routine. My schedule's still a little bit off. Still kind of tired physically from all the stuff we're doing on a daily basis. But it's nice because I'm getting downstairs, sitting in my chair, planning out my day. It's still a little bit hard to follow it given all the upheaval, and there's variables that keep happening that keep stopping me from being in that routine. But it's getting better. So I'm finding that I'm sort of that train stuck in the station, just trying to get the momentum going. And so I'm working on it. Getting getting back into the groove. But I think after this first week is over, like getting into the weekend and then restarting again on Monday, um, I'll be in pretty good shape. So I'm looking forward to it. But I know this experience. I mean, we all go through it when you first start Define My Day. It's new. You're kind of feeling your way through it, and it's the same thing that happens when you stop for a little while, like I have. It takes a little while to get back into the routine, to like slow down, take a breath, and get a lay of the land. So, but it happens. Um, Hi, Robin. Good to see you. And Gene says, I'd drive to DC and hop on. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry, Gene. Amy, good morning. Waking up early on my birthday. Happy birthday. To join everyone today and try to continue to keep a routine. That's awesome. Even on our birthdays, we keep our good routines, right? Yeah, happy birthday, says Deborah and Debbie. Good morning, Janice. Good to see you. And it is a sunny day. I love seeing the sunshine emoji. I love seeing the sun. So yeah. So today I wanted to talk a little bit more about this concept of balance and burnout and things. So I found this article in marketwatch.com, and I will post it in the group. But I wanted to go over it real quick, and thought we could talk about it. So first, what is burnout? So burnout is defined by the World Health Organization as an occupational phenomenon defined as a syndrome conceptualized as resulting from chronic workplace stress that has not been successfully managed. It is marked by exhaustion or energy depletion, heightened mental distance, or negative or cynical feelings related to a job, and reduced professional efficacy. I almost wanted to say efficiency. Reduced professional efficacy. Burnout is essentially feeling exhausted and overwhelmed by work, often to the point where you stop caring and start to disengage. It can be caused by, among other things, feeling on all the time, the pressure to be the ideal worker, and the difficulty so many of us have maintaining work-life balance even in the best of times. So now that you're like working from home, or if you're an essential worker going to work, like it's hard to come down from that, that hard revving, high revving position we're in, right? That the gear that we're just crushing it all the time. So this article says, gives you some boundaries to help you get through or get out of this sense of burnout, or avoid burnout and get out of the sense of like going crazy all the time. So number one, they say, is to designate times, places, and devices to not associate with work. So you need to designate, even if you're in the same space, you need to dedicate things that are home time and work time, like parts of your schedule. And I try to do this with my ideal day, and I try to do it with my time blocking, where like now is work time, and even if it's blended, even if there's like an hour or two that's work time and then an hour that's home time, and that especially is happening right now. So I get up in the morning and I do my Define My Day and my meditation, and I read a little bit, and then I get on and do some work. And then after this video, I stop and I do something to organize around the house, or put a piece of furniture together, or clean up the garage. I eat lunch, and then I go back to work, and then I stop doing the work and I go do something for the house. And so I'm blending it, but I'm not doing both at once. And that's what we want to try to avoid doing, is blending it, where it's just we keep, it's just like this patchwork. It literally probably looks like this, where like everything is just like work, home, work, home, work, home, work, home, and we're never stopping doing any of it. So we're not really getting concentrated, focused work done. So we're inefficient with work, and then we're really not relaxing and coming down at home and relaxation time. So you're constantly revving, and you're not getting as much traction. It's almost like you're stuck in the mud and you're hitting the gas and the wheels are spinning, and you're not making as much progress as you want. So you want to designate specific times and places and things for work, and even devices. Like they're saying devices. So like my iPad, I don't use for work. So when I have my iPad, I'm sitting down, I'm reading the news, I'm reading a book, I'm surfing the internet. Maybe I'm perusing a new couch or something, right? So then I'm checked out. and I'm not checking my email. I'm not doing things for work on that. So I have another device. I have my laptop or something that I'm using for work. And the more you can segment that kind of stuff, the better off you are. And it's actually one of the reasons I like a Kindle. A Kindle device, you can buy them like for $50, and all you can do really is read a book. So, if you've ever used your iPad to read, it's nice, like it looks great and it's really smooth, but when you're using it, you get pop-ups, emails coming in, text messages coming in. You think of something and you run out to the internet and you check out whatever. So you just, it's this flood of information still, even when you're trying to read. The nice thing about a Kindle is you don't get any of that. Like you can't be distracted and go, oh, let me just check this, or oh, let me do this. So you have the ability to just segment that out, like, and you're just doing the Kindle. So I like that. The other thing is, like if I'm sitting watching TV with my kids, I want to put my phone away. I want to get everything away from me so that I'm just watching TV with my kids. So if we're watching, like we've been watching the Last Dance, the one about the Chicago Bulls right now, and we just sit down for an hour and we just watch that and we talk about that, and that's all, and we're not doing anything else. So it's pretty cool. Number 2 is take care of yourself. And this is just the basic like self-care, like doing the things that are good for you. Getting enough sleep, staying hydrated, exercising, engaging with other people regularly, even if it's only by text. Practicing mindfulness. All the things that we know, that we talk about, that we know are good for us. We need to make a concerted, focused effort to actually do that. A lot of times we know we need to do it. We just don't do it. We say we're going to get to do it. We promise ourselves we'll start tomorrow. All of the things that we know are good for us, and we make excuses why other things encroach on that time. Or we say we're too tired, we like all this stuff, but we need to make time to be like care for ourselves, right? And so, like a lot of times, like we're heading into the weekend right now, a lot of times like people won't schedule anything, right? And I still try to time block my weekend, because if I put 3 hours on there, chill out, relax, sit outside, take a walk, like that block of 3 hours, like I've given myself permission to tell everything else to stay out, right? I'll get to it later. This is my time to take care of myself. So I'm not being overly whatever, retentive or whatever you want to call it by scheduling out some relaxation over the weekend. I'm being careful. I'm setting a proper boundary to make sure that I do these things that are healthy for me. And I make that time for myself. And I have no excuse then, except that I didn't take care of myself the way I said I would if it doesn't happen. So take care of yourself, schedule it in there. At 10 o'clock today, I'm going to take a half an hour break, right? I'm going to go have a healthy snack. I'm going to go walk around the block. I'm going to do whatever. Or, at 6 o'clock tonight, I'm going to crack open a beer and relax on the back patio. Or tomorrow morning, I'm going to exercise. Whatever it is for you, I'm going to read a book, whatever. Schedule the time and do it. And don't let anything encroach on it. If somebody calls you, you can call them back, right? Unless it's somebody you want to hear from, right? Unless it is self-care to be talking to that person. If anybody says, hey, can you do this for me? Say, yeah, I'll do it at 11 o'clock when I'm done with what I'm doing now, right? Set healthy boundaries for yourself. And you will feel better, and you'll be better prepared to handle the things that you want to prepare outside of that time. Number 3 here, stop working when your work day ends. Set a boundary. Work day is over. I'm not going to check email. I'm not going to do any more research. I'm not going to answer phone calls. I'm not going to do blah, 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 right? I am done at 5 o'clock today. I am done. Even if you work late, I'm done at 7 o'clock today. Maybe you started work early. I'm done at 3 o'clock today. And that's it. That's it. I am no longer available. Do not disturb. I am out of here, right? Setting those boundaries. I worked hard, right? If you've properly set your boundaries through the day, if you've properly scheduled yourself, you worked hard through the day, and now you give yourself permission to check out, right? All right. Make each day a little different from the last. So add some variety, right? Switch things around a little bit. I do this a lot. Some like my morning routine, I try to keep the same, right? So my morning routine is generally about 2 hours long. I try to keep it about the same. I might mix things up a little bit within there, but for the most part, I do all of the stuff there. After that, this video is scheduled for 10 o'clock every day, so we do this every day. Before this video, things can change. After this video, things can change. And there's some variety throughout the day. Obviously, my weekends are very different all the time. But you want to try to give yourself, like, variety being the spice of life. You kind of want to do the things to just switch it up a little bit. And those stupid little things can create variety for you. I mean, like, you can be silly, you can be crazy by, just wearing a hat. I mean, like, you can just, I mean, honestly, like, so let's go here, right? I mean, my kids have only seen pictures of me with facial hair. And so, I'm just screwing around with it at this point, just because it's like that little bit of entertainment for myself, right? Like, oh, let's see what a goatee looks like today. And maybe one day I'll come in here with a mustache, right? Just nothing but a mustache, right? And just go straight 70s. Who knows? Like, it's just a stupid thing that's just kind of keeping me entertained. But the mustache thing reminds me of, like, when we were in the military, there was one point that we all grew mustaches, because you're not allowed to have facial hair in the military, but you're only allowed to have a mustache, and it can't extend past the corners of your mouth. And it can't go below the lip, right? So it's got to be kind of a cropped mustache. And so we would all just kind of, because when everybody's uniform, everybody just tries to push the limit any way they can, right? It's just entertaining. And so we would all start growing these mustaches. And back in the day, my mustache and goatee was red. I have no idea why, but it was like this bright, like, orange color. And so, yeah, it was like, we just do stupid things to entertain ourselves, because every day, I mean, we were like either working a flight line or working in a nuke storage facility. And I mean, it's just every day you're staring at walls and you're checking IDs and you're doing perimeter checks and, like, all the stuff that we used to do. And it's monotonous, right? So you got to entertain yourself. So we would grow crazy mustaches. So, and they weren't so crazy. It was just, we'd grow a mustache. All right. So the next one is, don't overwork yourself and don't be afraid to ask for help. So I see this, it's funny because you can get into this pretty early in life. I see this with our 6-year-old. He gets a lot of schoolwork, and I can see him start to get burned out watching these videos and doing the work with his teacher online. And when I see him getting like mentally, like, frustrated and exhausted, I'll tell him, okay, go until. So I want to do two things. Number one, I don't want to give him an excuse that every time things get hard, you quit, right? I want to avoid that. But at the same time, I don't want to get it to an unhealthy place. So I tell him, if it's 10:19 right now, I tell him, go until 10:25, right? Go for 5 more minutes. At 5 minutes, press pause, go take a break, walk around, go get a snack, go get a drink, whatever. And then at 10:35, come back and finish the video, right? And so I'm teaching him now at 6 years old to understand when you're getting burned out, get up, walk around, take care of yourself. Like, go push yourself a little bit, because you want to try to push yourself a little bit, right? So push yourself, go 5 more minutes. I'm feeling it. Like I do it here myself. Like, I'll be working here for a couple of hours and I'll feel like my mind start to wander. I'll feel myself getting fidgety. I'll feel like I feel like I'm not focusing anymore. I'll push myself another 5 or 10 minutes. I'll give myself a deadline, like a Pomodoro timer type thing. And then once I reach that, it's like reaching the finish line, right? And then I'm done. And I go take a break. I go eat lunch. I do whatever. And then I come back and sit down. I'm doing the same thing with him. So I'm stretching my ability to work a little bit longer, but then I'm also giving myself that, like, it's time to take a break. Right? So I'll take a break, do what I need to do, and then get back to work refreshed, right? So I'm teaching him to do that same thing, and that's what you need to do. And then sometimes you need to ask for help, right? And I do that. I'm actually somebody that doesn't like to ask for help. Like, I'll just do it. I'm that person. I'll just do it myself. Totally that person, right? And so now I'm learning, like, I should not be doing this. This is something it takes 2 people to do it. So that's kind of like where I'm trying to teach myself, like, it's okay to ask for help. Hey, look, I have a lot to do today. Can you handle this for me? Or, I'm struggling with this. Is this something you're good at that you can help me with? Like anything, right? So, early in life, I was kind of like and again, there's this balance. Like I was always taught, like, just do it, like figure it out yourself, right? But there are times when you do need help. So there's that, again, balance. Da, 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 da. Avoid comparing yourself to coworkers, right? So we do this. We see people that are going nuts and just crushing it every day, and then we're comparing ourselves to them. And we compare looks, we compare ability, we compare what they're getting done, all these things. And it's this is a touchy area for me because I think, like, especially in light of watching Michael Jordan, who every time he saw somebody that was even approaching his ability, he would just level up again, right? That's like competition, right? So while I think there needs to be healthy competition, you have to look at how you're handling it. So if you're comparing yourself to others and just feeling beaten down by it, well, we need to change our perspective a little bit. But if you're comparing yourself to others as a way to motivate yourself to get even better in a healthy way, I think that's great, right? So, and I think even situations like this, things are getting shaken up right now. It's like kind of a, it's like naturally, like the strong survive. It's the way all organisms work. And out of chaos like this, there are like new people that rise to the top, new companies, new countries, like all things change in chaos, right? And so right now, if we can find a way to level ourselves up, we're just going to be better off when this is all over. And so, like, you don't want to compare yourself to others in a bad way, but you do want to find a way to motivate yourself and kind of give yourself a benchmark to continue to improve. So that's kind of how I feel about that one, right? I'm definitely not I'm not I don't want to let anybody off the hook, I think, including myself. Like, we all need to continue to improve. And a lot of ways we do that is comparing ourselves to others. And then find ways to make progress is the last one here. So during work time, focus on your major priorities rather than on busy work. What? Oh my goodness. I feel like they just said what I say every day, right? Focus on your major priorities rather than busy work, tackling the really big stuff that's going to give us a sense of achievement. Off the clock, take up a small hobby or project or even a puzzle that helps you feel like you're working toward an accomplishment or a new skill. Progress is so good for our brains, it tells us we're moving forward. I mean, that's basically summing up everything we talk about here every day, right? You have to make progress on big things. On big things. You can't get stuck doing busy work. You can't get stuck checking emails and answering phone calls and doing all this stuff and then clock out at the end of the day and go, yep, I worked all day. Well, what did you work doing? Did you change your life in a positive way? That's what we need to focus on doing. We need to focus on getting rid of all this blob of stuff and focus on these little things that move us forward, right? So every day we need to gain clarity in that. And it doesn't matter what you are. You can be a stay-at-home parent. You can be an essential worker. You can be a teleworker. You can, whatever you do, there are really important things that lead you to where you want to go. And then there's all the other stuff. We need to filter that out. We need to give ourselves something to move toward. We need to give ourselves this permission to let other things go. If it doesn't get done, it doesn't get done. Too bad. So what? I don't care, because it doesn't really matter. It's not that important to me, right? So I'll post this article in the comments. I can't do it with the type of broadcast we're doing right now, but I will post it in the comments on the Define My Day video on the Define My Day Facebook page, so you guys can read it yourselves if you want to check it out. It's from Market Watch. It's called All the Days Are Blurring Together: How to Battle Burnout and Find a Healthy Work-Life Balance During the Pandemic. So check it out. Check it out. All right, I'm going to get into the comments and see what is going on. Oh, Gene, you meant so now I understand. Gene said I'd drive to DC and hop on into the UFO. I gotcha. Good morning, Sue. Good to see you. Levi, good morning to see you live. I saw your comment yesterday. It's good to see you too. Robin, I blocked this hour on as many days as feasible. It's smack dab in the middle of my work from home day, but I prioritize it. Awesome. Robin, I appreciate that. Thank you. I make up the work hour first thing in the AM instead. That's awesome. Good for you. James, Debbie and I are sitting on the back patio having breakfast and thankful we and our family are well during this rough time in our country. Enjoy your family and your new home. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Good to hear from you. Very cool. So, sitting on your back patio, man, I might need to do one of these out on the back patio. And you know why I don't? You know, the first thing I think of when I think about doing this on the back patio is my neighbors. My neighbors overhearing. And I don't know why. Like even Lynn overhearing me doing these, like she can watch them. Like if she watched it right now, I'd be cool with it. But listening out the door or somebody listening in the next door in the yard would distract me. Like I'd be so self-conscious about it. I don't know why. I'm just so weirded out by it. Someday I'll get to it. I don't know. Yeah, right. So this is time blocking and self-care, like segmenting these times and making sure that we're doing like when like we do our work when it's time to do work and we take care of ourselves when it's time to take care of ourselves. So often we just let time slip away. Time blocking helps beat that. So time blocking is such an incredible strategy to use. It gives you that definition in your day where you just say, like, this is work, I'm going to get work done. This is self-care, I'm going to get self-care done. It's not like any crazy, like overscheduling yourself. It just gives you these like barriers, these boundaries for yourself. Sit in the sun and script. Very cool, Diana. I love it. Janice says, I have 4 hours before this. I need to get my butt in gear and take care of me and then some work. Been doing nothing and going nowhere fast. Yeah. And so you're aware of it, and that's awesome, right? So you have, like, the first step is awareness, right? Like, so now we know, like, look, this is something I need to take care of. And I've been in that place where I've been aware of something for weeks and not taking the steps forward. I didn't think I was taking the steps forward, but you're sort of, if you say to yourself every day, I need to fix this. I need to fix this. If you say it to yourself every day, eventually you start moving to fix it, right? Eventually you start, if you need to eat healthier, you start eating just a little bit healthier. If you start exercising, you start moving around a little bit more. If you don't, then like something needs to change. But so if you're aware of this 4 hours, take it, like, decide. Like, you don't have to start saying, like, 4 hours, I'm going to go hard. What I would do is now that you're aware of it, I would set a small plan and say, look, so 4 hours, so 6 o'clock, right? 6 o'clock to 6:30, I'm going to give myself time to just wander around the house and wake up, shake off the grogginess. I'll make a coffee, whatever. At 6:30, I'm going to define my day. 6:30 to 6:40, that's my 10 minutes to fill in, define my day. And then from 6:40 to 7, maybe I'll eat breakfast, maybe I'll sit outside, whatever. At 7 o'clock, I'm going to do this one thing for 15 or 20 minutes, right? And then after that, whatever, right? Like, so you have, like, if it takes from 7 to 7:30, and then you still have 2.5 hours to, like, if you wanted to screw around and kind of whatever, that's fine. And then the next week you add a little bit more, right? And you don't need to fill up that 4 hours. I mean, like, life doesn't need to be that hard or that crazy, but you just add in a little bit more every day. And that's kind of how I'm handling if you want to compare it to anything, how I'm handling my health right now. So, like, I'm not exercising at the moment. I'm moving around a lot as we're fixing the house and doing things around the house. So I'm burning calories that way. So I've given myself kind of permission as I'm doing yard work, as I'm moving things. Like, I'm burning every day. My watch is telling me you've burned all your calories. Fine. Okay. So that part's taken care of. Now, my food needs to improve, right? So I'm not trying to cut anything out, but what I am trying to do is eat one more vegetable every day. So I've been making sure that with each meal, I'm not cutting back on calories. I am adding in more vegetables. So I had 3 salads yesterday, and at the end of the day, I had a quarter of a bag of mixed vegetables too. So, I'm just adding in more healthy things, and then I'm just trying to shift the balance. I'm not making like a wholesale change. I'm not waking up and being vegan. I'm not waking up and saying no more carbs. I'm just adding in a little bit, and I'm just trying to tilt the balance a little bit in a more healthy direction. And as time goes on, as I'm not doing so much around the house, I'm going to start adding in exercise. As I need to cut back on caloric intake, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to shift that balance even more toward vegetables and fruits and things like that. So I'm not making a wholesale change. I'm not saying, like for you, 6 to 10, I'm going to go hard at it. Don't do that. Just wake up, do your thing, and then add one thing this week. And then next week, add another 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and do one more healthy thing for yourself. And as you go, like it starts to work into who you are. It starts becoming who you are. And the more you can create this identity around, like, at 8 o'clock, I do this, the more you can do that, the healthier it will be for you, and the more natural it'll happen for you. So that's how I would handle it for you in that situation. And I'm handling it that way right now for myself. Debbie says, for me, time blocking is a self-boundary that I don't permit myself to violate unless an emergency comes up. And you are correct. You're absolutely correct. And that's the way I look at it also, is that like it's my rules for my day. And so it creates those healthy boundaries for myself, and it gives me so much awareness as to where my time goes. I can literally add up, like, I only spent 4 hours on work today. No wonder I didn't get anything accomplished. Or I've already dedicated 8 hours for work today. I'm allowed to go do something else now. I can go play with my kids. I can go outside and take a walk. I can crack a beer at the end of the day, whatever. So, it gives you that perspective and those healthy boundaries so that you can, you're just allowed to be healthy for yourself. And Unknown says, hi, Nick, missed you. I missed you too. I don't know who you are because I can't see your name because you're in the user group, but that's okay. I'll jump into the user group and see who this was later. But thank you. I appreciate it. I missed you guys too. I enjoy doing these. These are fun. But that is our session for today. I'm going to post this article in the comments, and we'll I'll let you read that yourself if you want to go ahead and read it. I hope everybody has a great Friday. It is a nice sunny day out here for me. I'm going to get some things organized around the house so I can get out there when my time block allows and get some healthy sun time. So everybody have a great day. I'll see you again tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. The only reason I may not see you at 10 o'clock is because our kitchen table is arriving tomorrow. So if that comes in tomorrow at 10 o'clock or after, I may have to hop off immediately, or I might not be able to see you. If that's the case, we'll catch you on Sunday at 10. But everybody have a great day. Enjoy your Friday. I'll talk to you tomorrow.